Hello traders, welcome to the Thursday evening forecast. So I am in a very nice EURJPY trade, but first we will take a look at EU as usual. So this is our first pair. Let's see what we can analyze. Prior price action was definitely stuck in a large sideways range. So I was looking for a breakout to the upside or to a downside, and as we can see here, a breakout to the upside did happen, but it retraced straight away, signaling to me more range-bound price action. What happened then? Well, price continued impulsing to the upside right here and retraced. To be honest, what this looks like to me is a pure liquidity grab. I'm not really seeing big momentum here. I'm seeing actually momentum slow down. Let me explain my methodology. So we know that this area is full of stops. This is full of stops from the people selling the range. What happens? Price pushes up and then retraces with a big red candle, big aggressive retrace. So basically stops are now taken out, and I know that after this huge red candle, a lot of retail traders are definitely selling. So they're selling this candle, and what happens next? Well, they keep their stops. So usually what happens, they keep their stops above the high, and then they get taken out, and then the price retraces and possibly starts trending in the opposite direction. So we want to follow what the market makers are doing. Main job of the market makers is of course to grab enough liquidity to fill their positions and then reverse the price. That is what they usually do. I see liquidity grab here and possibly another liquidity grab right here. So let's see if this reverses. If we get a reversal, I will of course look to sell. So if we get a V like this, I'll look for a range, push down, a flag or a break and a retest. It's not the rule. We can also continue to the upside. Again, that's not the rule. We can also continue to the upside. If we get a nice large push, I'll look for a flag or a break and retest to the upside. So I'm waiting for a large push down or a large push up. For me personally, highest probability for the price to go is to the downside right now, but the price action is not that clean. It's not that clear. I'm waiting for a bit cleaner price action and a nice trend down or up. Moving on, EURJPY. So currently in a short trade. I was talking about exactly this on my last recap. So if you go back to my last trade recap and forecast, you will see we were around here and I was looking for this reversal. So what was happening in the prior price action? Well, price was just ascending, just breaking the highs, leaving wicks, retracing. So definitely showing me exhaustion to the upside. What is the methodology here? Well, usually the retail is looking for a reversal, selling here, selling here, selling here, selling here, selling here. And where does the retail keep their stops? Of course, a few pips above the highs, and they get taken out each time, which means building up of liquidity for the market makers. Again, right here, breaks the high, retraces. Again, breaks the high, retraces. Let's see what happens next. Double wicks to the upside, so wicks are a clear indication of a liquidity being filled. So all of these stops got taken out, liquidity filled to a downside, and then we have the confirmation. We have two nice red candles, especially this one. This is looking like a very clean red candle. If you just compare the size of it, it's kind of much bigger than everything prior. So it's definitely showing me a momentum shift to a downside, and I'm definitely seeing strength to a downside. This is a textbook high probability reversal. This is a 10 out of 10 trade, and it's a rare trade, let me tell you. So there's not a lot of trades that are as clean as this one, but this is kind of the cleanest I have possibly ever seen in live trading, with a reversal of course, and got a clean close, so almost no wick. My order was on all day and I got taken in, and of course price continued moving down. So currently with the stop loss trailing rule that I implement, my stop loss is at this most recent high. So I have locked in around 12.4% with a 13 pip stop loss. So my order was 1 pip below an inside bar. basically to counter the spreads. So yeah, 13 pip stop loss, 1 pip below the inside bar, currently locked in around 12.4% as we can see, and running in around, what is it? It's around 17% running. So we will see what will happen. Again, anything can happen. To be honest, I expect the price to stop me out right now because I'm seeing a push down, retrace, push down, retrace. I'm also seeing huge wick, then another break of the low, retrace. So definitely showing me a slowdown. And another methodology is, again, retail is usually buying right here. After they see a huge wick like this, they put their stops just a few pips below the wick, then they get taken out, and then the price actually reverses to the upside. So yeah, currently expecting for the price to reverse. If that happens, I will look for a V, range, and to buy. It's not the rule. We can also continue down, in which case I will further put my take profit in profit, my stop loss in profit, and I will look to scale in. I will of course look to sell a bit more, but again, this current price action is looking very, very bad. That's it. AU, same as EU. So liquidity area above the range right here. Huge impulse into the liquidity area, huge rejection, red candle. Then we just break this high by a little bit, retrace. I'm expecting a range here. To be honest, for this price action, same as EU, this to me looks like it will possibly go down. If it happens, I'll look for a range, push down. Since I'm seeing, then I would be seeing a V reversal here. That's not the rule, so price can also go up. If we go up, I'll look for a flag or a break and retest, but I need to see a nice large impulse. So that's it. Moving on to the Aussie and the JPY. For the Aussie and the JPY, what I'm seeing is currently prices in a downtrend, but I'm seeing a huge warning sign on the bottom. So I do like this push down right here. I do like this impulse down, but unfortunately it did end with an absolutely huge wick. So after this huge wick, I'm expecting a really big range here. I'm definitely not looking for any sort of a trade. A huge wick like this signals either a huge range or a reversal. We will see what will happen. For me to look for a trade, I need to see a really large push down and then a nice setup, or I need to see price, of course, reverse up, break the most recent high, possibly create a V reversal, range, push up again, and then I look to buy. But I'm being a lot more patient with this one. This wick is really, really huge and a big warning sign, to be honest. Pound US dollar, same as EU and AU. Prior price action, range bound, liquidity area above, pushed into liquidity, huge rejection candle, breaks the high just by a bit, retraces, so possibly taking out liquidity. If it reverses, look for a range, push down, and then a trade. If this momentum continues, look for a flag or a break and retest, of course, after some really nice large momentum. I want to see price move away from this range bound structure, and I want to avoid all of these liquidity takeouts. So this is exactly why I want to wait for a 2 or 3 large candle impulse. One candle is usually a fake out of a range, as you can see here. I believe this was a news candle, again, doesn't really matter, but usually one candle by itself is a fake out and we get a really strong rejection after it. Last one, NJ, New Zealand Japanese yen. So for this one, this is now descending on the bottom of a downtrend. I wasn't looking for anything, no trades. We broke the low right here. This was the most recent low, so this was the break. And exactly what I expected actually happened. We got a V, we got a range, we got a push down. That's exactly what I expect and wait for. Fortunately, we didn't get any sort of an entry pattern right here, but the V, the range, and the push down played out. So now you can see exactly what I look for in the live markets. What I was looking for is, of course, to sell somewhere in this leg. I did not get an opportunity to sell, unfortunately, but we got EJ instead, and EJ was definitely a really good clean trade. Okay, this is now created, so this has created a really huge wick. This huge wick either signals a huge range or it signals a reversal. Then we broke the low again, retraced, and this is now descending. If it descends a bit more, I will look for a reversal trade such as this one. Or if we get a push up, I'll look for a range, push up to get in on a nice setup, or we can also continue down with large momentum and then I will look to sell. That's about it for a trade recap and forecast. Tomorrow I am trading, so tomorrow is Friday. I'm trading until 5 p.m. London time. Good luck with your trading, really good week, and let's see what the next week will bring us.